His contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asar is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a noisy country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
From the beginning of this process, now only today, from the onset, we have built a prosecution that will now point a wrong finger behind the wrong person. We must make sure that the investigation is very thorough, very, very thorough, to the extent that when we say you are the doer of the act, there should be nothing else. What we have done is that we are going to go after people who are suspected to be the committer of any offense, to make sure that the evidence is cogent, conclusive, and the evidence must meet all the quality of tests of evidence. And so we brought these people to court. We are not pretending about it. Evidence are overwhelming, and those who collected the evidence, those are trained, tested, and well-informed people in the criminal justice system.
He was arrested and subsequently turned over. Sianti was brought back into the country on the 6th. The intervention of a family member who made a request that he was willing to cooperate and become a witness. However, we know that in criminal investigations, cooperating suspects are always dangerous. When he was brought in based on the request of the family member who assisted in this process, we gave him a chance to speak with him and to test the legitimacy of his willingness to assist in the investigation.
If John agreed to what they want him to do, they would give him 50,000 and they would take his family from there to Europe. So in them, they get the first case 2,000 to John. So Alpha, who received it, to turn it over. Alpha gave the 2,000, and we still got the 2,000 in our possession. Yesterday, On Saturday, they gave John a phone, and John used that phone to send me message. And through the messages, we even did a calling. We did a calling. They said that they were monitoring all of the conversation. They are tapping on all of the family land. They know everybody. They even threatened to arrest my sister, Rosella Nyanti. They said because she was the one that accompanied John to Ghana. So we are not safe. Our family is not safe.
My name is Linda Yanti, a sister to John Yanti. While I made for them to release my brother Sunday night, but on Saturday, they've been torturing him, talking to him. They even gave 6 pages, statement and answer, question and answer. What for them to see? Because according to the guy who brought John to the country, he said that John and the people in prison, they own the same land. So for that reason, record did a statement to John to make it new from what the people in prison having. And John said he can go by it. In that, the Harley, when they tried him, but they took a phone from him. So they tried him, they gave him a phone. Right away, he get online to get in touch with the Harley. When I recorded him, he said, you can do anything quick, go to the media, go everywhere. Make it out, let people come out for me, this and that, let people come out. Because Christian people coming in the room to me, in the hotel. They hardly me in the hotel. So y'all take it to the media. They shouldn't speak, they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. And how we start to go around. Monday morning before we receive a call say that they brought John at the police headquarters. But then they stay talking to us.
Did you hear the press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG? He did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. Did you hear the political battle? It's a political win. Press conference of Gregory Coleman, the IG, he did say that this is a highly political case, did he not? So you don't take the partisans' word for it, you take the IG's word for it. He decided to bring this case based on a basket of evidence of innuendos, lies, and misstatement. And in the next few weeks, as we go through the preliminary hearing, we will deconstruct those lies and be able to put together a defense that is worthy of what we've done. It's a place for human beings. Unfortunately, that's the best the state can offer for Liberian citizens. It's unfortunate, but they are no better than me. As long as we're in a political battle, it's a political win.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asar is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Papi Keita, Dupont Road, Clady Allison, you are on. Good to have you on. Never pivot. Good to have you on also, my dear brother. Samson Carey, District 11, Asata Miller, So Clinic, Yasa Sharif, you are on. Good that you are on. Hope that you are good. You are faring well from where you are. And welcome. Good to have you on the show. Fred Massaquoi, Broville, my dear Southeastern sister, Dwight, you are on. Good to have you on from Minnesota, the United States. Hope that you are good too also. Willa Pittman, Freeport, Clarence Dwayne, you are on from your hustle ground. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr., Henry T. Toll Jr., Caldwell, your residence, Solo Watt Corsia, New Georgia, your comfort zone, you said. Elisha David, New Matadi, Comfort Macopa, you are on from Staten Island, the United States. Samson Carey from the 11. Fred Gary Massaquoi, Diane Davis, Manhattan, the United States. Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Musa A. Sharif, Sophie, Congo Town, Jackson C. Pony, Iron Factory, Block C, member of the Intellectual Center, Block Titan Intellectual Center, the chairman of the Intellectual Center, chairman for life, the Down to Earth chairman, Common Citizen chairman, Romancio Latupan, or Cannibal, or Rico for short, District Titan, Block Titan, that's Peter Toll, Maryland County, Harport City, the most beautiful county being developed from day one. Unlike Lofa County that is just experiencing development today because Boaga president now. What a shame. Maryland had always experienced this the development, and Maryland is developed, well laid out. Unlike Lofa County, they get only boast of carrying cheating county meat trophy, but the county isn't developed. Blamo Nimna, you are on from Providence, Rhode Island, Walter Morgan, and the names are just running down and down. Elton Pocoyo, that's Pocoyo from Sibley Farm, Bon County. Okay, time is of the essence. We are giving some cash out. The King's Cash giveaway is 4,000 today. 4,000. You want to take that 4,000 by playing with $1 or 70 cents US. Down star 799 star 24 hatch. That's all you need to do. And then you can have your 4K in this reign of Nebuchadnezzar. At from 4 to 5, we will have as our guests Solomon Weah. He is a civil society advocate, a strong one. He has been very forceful, very vocal, consistent with his campaign to get former Liberian President Charles Taylor out of British prison. He has a couple of things to weigh in to with the Liberian government. That will be at 4 o'clock. Until that time, let's do some clearing as our plate will suggest. It's Monday, great day, great day. So let's get started with what has been coming out, not new, but I think the guys are exposing themselves. They are reducing themselves to nothing. They would think they try to create a saying by which you can go against your leader. Former President George Weah, I think that what they try to do, because everything they will signal him out and present him as the problem. So many are using that to defect from the Congress for Democratic Change and have or create a distance between they and former President George Weah. I don't know for whatever reason they are doing that, but this is what we've come to know. Senator Creighton Duncan is the latest to come out and say CDC failed the people. George Weah failed the people. And that is the reason CDC is in opposition. It is as much as he's entitled to his opinion, but I think it is a game. These opposition figures are playing a game. They know what kind of game they are playing, but it is not a good game because it is not affecting Weah. Why it is not affecting Weah? Because they work with Weah. Weah wasn't the government. Weah was one of the over thousands of persons that work in the executive and by extension the head of the government. Everybody who is defecting and think that they can use the name of Weah as the trump card to defect, they too are putting themselves in a terrible situation because they were in the government too. All of them serve with Weah. They can divorce themselves. So those who blaming Weah as failing the people, CDC didn't do anything, it's just stooping so low of a politician, then you think the people should regard you as a rational politician. It doesn't make sense at all. All of us are in this place. If this station don't achieve the goal that it set out to achieve, we wouldn't say AB fail. Nobody would take us serious. No, they would say, but you were there. You help the president to fail, or you help AB to fail. That is why when the leader, in your opinion, you realize that certain things aren't right, the leader is not doing certain things right, then you want to move in most respectfully and offer your opinion. But if you did nothing of such, you're comfortable, you receive all that you can from the government or from the president or the party, you enjoy yourself, and then the party is no longer in power, but you stay on because you are senator. So you think because you still have your job, so you got nothing to lose, and that gives you the right to say things about your political leader and denigrating the party. That is not right at all. Those of you who are engaging into such, that's not politicking. No, that's just being irresponsibly childish, even though childish means irresponsible, but the context in which you're using it, you were part of it. You were enjoying from the onset. You wouldn't criticize Weah to say, Mame, you are failing, or CDC failing while you were in. You were comfortable. The situation was okay. You are enjoying yourself. As senator, you will raise nothing in the Senate to safeguard or to help Weah. You stay in that Senate all through. You enjoy yourself. I think you just got there, or whatever the situation. Even if you were not in the Senate, during Weah's administration, you got in Barker's time, but you were in the party. If you were in the Senate before Barker came, it's the same thing. You are a party person. So you help Weah to fail too. So you should be saying that I wasn't a good team player. That's all. You say I was not a good team player. Because if you had played a significant role, very significant role, with pieces of advice along the way, fine. But if you would do nothing and you just take interest in criticizing, yeah, we have failed the people, didn't do this, didn't do that, that's why we lost the election. Oh, yes. It's good to accept that you mess up too. D. Maxwell Kimaya is out with something. I think it has started provoking already. The people don't want to hear that expression, that anger. It frustrates, it gets Unity Party people vexed when that expression is played that he made at the party's headquarters during the launch of the fund drive, when he said, "We are coming back." D. Maxwell Kimaya, with add spice to that, when he said Weah is coming back, that Weah is coming back, he was very emphatic. He didn't miss his words on it. And he even added, yes, he added to it that it was certain that Weah is coming back. Weah will hit the presidency again. Again. He said it in a forceful way. He said, irreversible and unstoppable path towards reclaiming the presidency in 2029. That's what D. Maxwell Kimaya said. You can overlook that. It is the goal of CDC to get back into power. There's nothing impossible about that. They've known their mistakes, where they made mistakes, and where they can make amends, and then get ready for 2029. It seems far, 2029, but it is yet close. We are gradually headed 6 years, not long. You hear people saying, oh, 6 years is a long time. No, 6 years, not long. It's long when you hear the number 6. But by the movement of the days, limited. Charles Taylor had this vision 2030. He thought that it was a long time. He didn't get to see vision 2030. Seditions said 12 years. They were comfortable. They were relaxed. 6 years came. They are out. Unity Party is boasting that it's going to be 12 years. The 6 years, they are messing up everything. Visionless, directionless, only rhetorics all over the place, series of meetings, and time is fading out with the current regime. Before they can realize it, 6 years on them, it finished. CDC, you people will have to be strong, forceful, pick up every bit and pieces of Unity Party, use them as weapons against them, because that's what they did to you. Don't get emotional. Don't put emotion into anything. Emotion doesn't help you. Emotion will not give you what you want. It is reason that gives you what you want. Not only that, but I think a pastor, a Nigerian pastor, Abel Ugon, whatever. Please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right. That is not a native name. He also predicted or will reveal God's prophecy. Because pastor don't prophesy. Pastor revealed the prophecy of God. Prophecy is God's revelation, God's unveiling, and on and on. The pastor don't prophesy. The revelation is what the pastor explains. It is what some people refer to as prophecy. So when the pastor has said it, it means God revealed it to the pastor, and the pastor is the medium by which the people get the information. Because God is in heaven, he can drop down the earth to explain X, Y, Z. Neither will he want to take the pastor in a twinkling of an eye like he did Elijah to get the information or reveal the information and come back. So he does that through different means or ways. Pastor Abel Ugon was too emphatic that George Weah, former President George Weah, will return to power in 2029. If you will ask me, I will tell you that the signs are favorable and it is going to happen. Whoever feels uncomfortable or vexed, you'll be creating a serious mental problem for yourself, because not only are seditions resolved, Unity Party has added and continue to add spies to their resolve, and no one controls time and season. Only God, and only God decides. God can decide the fate of people. God can decide the fate of leaders. God has done it, and he is still doing it. The same God can bring a person back to power based on his reasons. The same God can harden the hearts of people. The same God can cause the current leader to do absolutely nothing. He can just do anything at will. If you say God is out of politics, well, God isn't out of politics, because politics is one of the essential factors or key factors of life. So God is not out of leadership politics. He's not out of religious politics. He's not out of anything. God is involved with everything, every day, everybody, every institution, every event. God is involved. So those of you who often say that Weah will not come back to power, you are living with mental illusion. Just drop it. The city court, presently, Al Hussein Fadiga is at the Morovia Central Prison. He's at the Morovia Central Prison. This is one of the Fadiga brothers who, the two of them were very vocal against Weah and the former government. They said damning things at will as they sat on Spoon Network and used their Facebook pages to write denigrating things about Weah, make up stories, say things that didn't happen, didn't exist. They got the support of the current Unity Party officials. Even when Fonanti Kofa and the rest of the guys were accused, they took to their various platforms justifying that the guys truly did the act. And their sacred place, as they often say, that place has been like that, the walking, nothing happened to it. It's the symbol of a nation. I know how that place became symbol when the very government desecrated it. Even before the executive desecrated it, that place has been desecrated. Not because portion of it burned. It's not what you call sacred. You'll look up the word sacred. Probably you'll use it in your context. But sacred is the same as sanctification. So a place that is sacred, it is clean, it is not of stain, it's not of dirt, it's not dirty, it's not of filth, it's not of any dirty, evil heart. It's just, the list is just long. If the place is a sacred place, a symbol, as you people refer, it has been desecrated from day one. That place has never been, it's not a sacred place. Come on, you stop. So there were guys were excited. I want you to picture something here. The court, it wasn't anybody from CDC saw that their own man, that Unity Party versus Unity Party. You are aware of what they did? According to A.B. Kroman, who took them to court, they damaged his character. Yeah. So they being in court, and A.B. Kroman won that case. So Fadiga was arrested earlier today. He was taken to the Morovia Central Prison, where he is presently. It came as a result of the judgment rendered by the 6th Judicial Circuit Court, a civil law court. It was a libel case filed by former DEA boss Ibrahim Kroman. It stemmed from allegations made by Kroman that the Fadiga brothers, Hassan and Al Hussein Fadiga, they both engaged in a smear campaign against him, claiming he stole $200,000 during a drug raid. The court will find the two brothers guilty and order them to pay 1.5 million United States dollars, not Liberian dollars, 1.5 million in general damages, with additional 100,000 United States dollars for failing to appear in court. So they thought that it was just going to be something, since we are all in the same party, we cost Weah, we say all kinds of things. So when we do some things, it's not going to go anywhere. That's how most of these people came into Unity Party. They felt that, yes, if we are off the scene now, it is our time. And even when we do something, nothing will come of it. Here they are. So here is what I want to share with you. Life has a way of bringing one event after another with certain features. When Speaker Kofa and the guys were taken to the Morovia Central Prison, and even at the court when they arraigned them, they were on the phone. They were calling. It was pathetic. It was sorrowful. Today, the Al Hussein Fadiga man, is this the one who said Weah should die in plane crash? That if he could turn to snake, he was going to bite Weah? Is this the guy? Yeah, please help me. So today, he was on the phone. He was on the phone. Shame. It broke him down psychologically. He was only reminding himself of what he was saying against the other people and what they will be saying and writing about him. That's why you have to be very careful in life. What do you say about people? You can never tell. So he's in jail at the Morovia Central Prison. When they were taking Kofa and the rest of the guys there, they were excited. These guys were happy. They were saying all kinds of things. Oh, let them spend a fight night in jail. Let them feel what it is to go into jail. All kinds of stuff they were saying. So he's gone to jail now. He's sleeping there. At least they did not carry him to jail on Friday. His own people took him there on Monday. So whatever his lawyer can move in and secure a bond for him, but he was taken there. Just as the speaker and others were taken there, and it gone down in history that they were taken to jail, this Al Hussein Fadiga was taken to jail too. So they will not put more on the speaker then, because when they can say you are taken to jail too. Then the court, in the Arson case, the court gave the speaker, the accused, up to tomorrow, 9 a.m., to opt their bond, to produce a valid bond. 9 o'clock, it should be before the judge through their lawyers. Anything short of that, they will be rearrested and taken back to the Morovia Central Prison. Yeah. So the president made a couple of appointments, several appointments Bouaka made. And amongst those appointed, the wife of the late Senator Prince Yomin Johnson, she now sits on the board of the National Port Authority. That is a lucrative area that was done on purpose. So she can get something to sustain herself, the children, and the family. Yeah. Buckeye appointed her on the board of NPA, the National Port Authority, NPA, so that you will get something. Then let's go to Senator Amara Konneh. Senator Amara Konneh, let's go to him. Daniel Sano and others who think that everybody in the government favored that rant they often carry on at the Ministry of Information, causing people, saying all kinds of stuff. They don't know that the more they say things against Weah, there are others who come in defense of Weah indirectly. These guys who are at the Ministry of Information, they have to know that all of these guys, they are together. You have to be very careful. I know that you've heard this, but there's something I want to highlight, which is very key, very key. The description that Amara Konneh gave to Joseph Yuma Boakai and his boy, Daniel Sando. They ranted against the senator. The senator mother, his biological mother, is no more. So the one next in line had been taking care of him all through. And fast forward, she's currently suffering from how they call it, second level cancer. Yeah, something like that. And he is between Liberia and the United States. Sourcing funding. It's expensive to treat. Those of you in Liberia, out of Liberia, following online, you'll know, except for few people here, it's very expensive. And people in that condition, you pay so much money. It's very, very expensive. Very. So he had been shuttling between Liberia and the United States and using that time to source funding and solicit materials, other assistance for the people back home, the county he represents. Daniel Sano had the audacity to say some awful things about the senator at his news conference. The guys need to develop maturity. Not everybody in the executive, the judiciary, the legislature favors how the guys at the Ministry of Information conduct themselves. They don't know that some of their own officials lash at them indirectly. They say things to their bosses about them. So what did Amara Konneh say? Let me say this one as quickly as I can. How he responded to Joseph Yema Boakai, the honorable president. Then we can move on the other side. Yeah. So, yeah, what he said. Let me read this line for you so you will understand instead of paraphrasing. He said, I shared this sad news with some senators and requested a leave from the Senate to be with her per our rules. But the Deputy Minister of Information for Public Affairs misrepresented my absence at a MICAT press conference, claiming it was due to my working in the U.S., and I said that the Boakai administration first year was marred by slow progress and rocky mistakes. What he's simply saying, that he asked his colleagues as per their rules, they granted it because he put forth the situation that he is confronted with. Daniel Sano went at the Ministry of Information and misrepresented him, saying that he's working in the United States. And that the Bouakai administration was marred by slow progress and rocky mistakes. So once you criticize Bouakai realistically, or you say something about the Unity Party government, people within the government, the Unity Party people, some of the people who are just bad-mouthing people for recognition, they will start saying all kinds of things about you. So the situation is just praise Bouakai. Even if you're flattering, they will say you are a good minister. Then, hear what he said again. Even his boss, the Bouakai he's referring to, he said, even his boss, the president, believed his lie. This is Amara Konneh. He's quoting Daniel Sano and being definitive on the other hand, that Daniel Sano misrepresented him by lying that he, Amara Konneh, Senator Konneh, was working in the United States. In essence, he abandoned his work here. He goes sit down in America. He's doing different things there. Then he lied that his mother sick, suffering from second-level cancer. So Amara Konneh say that even his boss, the president, believed Daniel Sano lie, meaning Bouakai can believe everything people tell him. That's what they used to say about Weah. They say, oh, Weah used to feed into gossip. Weah, anything people we say, Weah take it. Amara Konneh is saying the same thing about Bouakai, that even his boss, the president, believed his lie, telling some colleagues who had gone to see him that I was living in America, meaning that Bouakai and I, he said Bouakai believed the lie, and Bouakai started telling people who went to him that Konneh man, he said he's senator, but he living in America, working in America. When he finished doing the America thing, he get money, then he can't sit down here, he acting like he's senator. Bouakai running Cheche Pole. When people go, that's what Konneh said. When people go to him, the Bouakai and start telling those people, telling some colleagues who had gone to see him that I was living in America, claiming to be working in Liberia. He concluded, I chose not to dignify both to focus on my sister's battle, but I was going to make the youth and ignorance of the deputy minister and the president's lack of empathy an issue in my sister's cancer battle. You got the picture he sent here? He reduced Bouakai. In essence, he said, you say you're president, you're human being, but you don't get empathy. The first thing you believe, everything people say, it should not be. That's not what we saw you as a man who will really reason out. But unfortunately, you have given us a different picture of the Bouakai that we elected. You're stooping so low, listening to every gossip that comes your way because people want recognition. And I am not blaming that. I am blaming you because you are full grown. You know that you ought not to give into those things. I chose not to dignify both, to focus on my sister's battle, for I was going to make the youth that Daniel Sano is referring to. He calling youth. You see that? You see, intelligent world insulting. Why Daniel Sano can go to Ministry of Information, causing people bye-bye with saying, okay, you see how refined, intelligent person can bring you down? In essence, Senator Konneh is saying a small boy behind that microphone, meaning he big inside, but mentally he's irrational. He just say because they gave him government position, so he wants to be seen as the one talking. That's what he said. He said, I chose not to dignify both. I chose not to dignify both to focus on my sister's battle. For I was not going to make the youth and the ignorance of the young deputy, the youth and the ignorant, meaning he's big inside. I know that big man. But Americans say mentally, he's small. Two, he's ignorant. He doesn't know Yeah, he just yeah, but well, you see how intelligent, refined people, you see how they can insult you in a way. Why are you causing Baba? We understand, you see how they may reduce you to nothing. Jaha Boga reduce Mo Ali that today. Mo Ali, you can see Mo Ali on Facebook again, like it was before. You see, they reduce Mo Ali intelligently. Mo Ali, you can see him showcasing anything. You're giving me the latest post from Mo Ali. You just show it to me. You tell me. I will find it. That just the part like that's why I thought to share it with you. The other ones, no. So let me take few calls. Then I can bring on Solomon and take few calls on these. So next week Tuesday is our birthday. We look forward to God leading us all the way into next week Tuesday. You can be excited for a day or two or three or the future, and only God has the final say. So in everything the Bible says, we must acknowledge God by his grace. Next week Tuesday will be July 1. Let's take a few calls on this, then we move on. 0772 2399 33 0886 30 44 97 0777 980375, the women's line. So those are what I thought to share with you. Senator Creighton Duncan blaming Weah for failing the Liberian people. D. Maxwell Kimaya was very emphatic, along with Pastor Abel Ogon, that Weah will return to the presidency 2029. Prince Johnson's wife was appointed by President Boakai as member of the board, National Port Authority, and the city court jailed Al Hussein Fadiga, one of the Fadiga's brother, and they accused in the arson case got up to 9 a.m. tomorrow to produce a valid bond. Yes, and Senator Amara Konneh's position. Let's go. Just few calls, and then we can move on. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Morris calling from Kentucky.
Let's hear you, Morris.
Yeah, thank you for the talking thing. You know, what you say about professional person, well, somebody when I up to the opposite level, when you see what opposite, you have to do that. I have to do something, I don't know, Daniel and Amara Konneh. It's delaying now. Remember, I never put a go on air, this party, there's some later. But when you same neighbor awards only to review to the public relations. That's what I just get government where just take from anybody the government is a government ever to come in. So they will not tell the people not to know you move on there. I think they're helping people. So I know going in the door, they want to know just not government to anybody any kind of way.
All right.
So, thank you for the show.
Thank you for calling. Hello. You are on the air. Just walk away from where you are. The network, the weather. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Your name?
It's coming Moses Doe.
Let's hear you, Mr. Doe.
Yeah, my brother. The government got a power border. Bobo Pona Kopo, it makes stupidness over. When I get paid, I'm going to try to fly. You see what happened in the Unity Party? When you dig it behind your friend, somebody else anything got to you. Fadiga will be in jail, and you will pay that man fine for his stupidness he applied. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrew, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call my Popo Konneh, down Coastal Hill, Winter Community. Mr. Andrew, thank you for your talking point. But my attention has been drawn to Senator Duncan. You know, Senator Duncan is trying to play a smart game. These guys, they fell on us and they came to power. And today they are there and they want to pay us back with this kind of a thing what we do not expect of them. But I want to tell Senator Duncan, you serve as representative in President Weah's government. If indeed you were there to advise him what you are saying today, you are going to be ashamed of what you are saying. But in my mind, you are trying to be political here than be realistic to us. The next thing you have to do with Fatiga. Mr. Andrews, they have a common saying. They say what goes around comes around. Fatiga, you insulted President Weah here for the last 6 years. You did not go to jail. There was no political prisoner. But your government that you brought have made you to be a political prisoner. This is the payback. When you are ungrateful, that's how God can strike you. You will remain in the jail and go through it. And that's the benefit of what you brought. Thank you very much. May God bless Liberia and God bless the good people of Secretary in Niba County. Thank you, Mr. Andrews.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Am I okay now? This is
Yeah.
King.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You see, Donald Trump and they are overzealous about where they find themselves sitting. But you know, these guys are inexperienced people. Donald Trump had never worked in government. He had never gotten any appointed position in his entire life. He just like Eugene Falcon, who George Weah gave him a first appointed position in government, a first governmental job, who became overzealous and started doing things. So I don't even know that particular part of the ministry. Why is it that who are always serving over there? You know, on the majority, those guys have always been overzealous and doing things to say the government will never come to an end. And with the issue of the prophecy of we are coming 2029, look, I tell you, Andrew, one bishop came from Nigeria who never knew President Weah. He had never seen him before. But God tormented that man. He came at the Forgicron church and prophesied the same old. I hear President coming back because I'm a believer. Prophecy.
You went off. Okay, thank you all for spicing it up. I appreciate all of you. Let's see. You did extremely well. I appreciate all of you. Let's see, we can go this way. It's off. All right. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Thank you to be part of the show this evening. I'm very much happy. One of the great things God do for anything that come around should go around. I'm Muga. Fabrica feeder. God will flock you. All of them went around the last one person. We had a brother person. We had to die by aircraft. Today, President Weah did not die, but he will spend his rest of his time. He will find out 1.5 million United States dollars before he move on in that BJ. The government you need a government saying to solve this. We tell what that President Weah saying to solve this. President Weah doing a regime will not have political prisoners in the country. But this regime has not even gone for 2 years. They got over 5, 7, 10, 15 persons in prison. We pray that the government Joseph Boaga will able, but other than that, we President Weah to become bad person. That's insulting President Weah from place to place. Doing a lot of things for President Weah to be unpopular. They laugh. God will beat them. God will flog them. They may what I'm saying.
All right, Chief. Good, all right. Thank you, sir.
God.
Thank you.
Anything that they do, President Weah will come back to them.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Oh, Sam Aju.
Yeah.
How you doing,
Good afternoon, man. How are you today?
Yeah, thank you for the love that God gave this morning.
Amen.
See the new baby. How was your family?
Yeah, great. Bless God.
Thank God. Lord, Sam Aju, I've called my input on this platform. Lord, last people, you should be careful about a way by Boaga government. I just want to join you, my son, Davla. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just release him. You know, it's billable.
That black, so that they do all the mail do they do that and nothing will happen to that man. They just put the mail because about them you pay out of 1.5 million lawsuit against a funny guy.
My CC, you there? You went off. Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Mom recording from 6th Street.
Let's hear you, Mama.
Yeah. Sir Andrew, why won't understand? The particle in case. It was a particle who said that he wanted for Joe we have to die in plane or a different particle.
Mama, I know too. I asked the people to really help me. I know the difference between those two.
Yeah.
And the man was talking that day. I get his name. But yeah, but forget about that one, man. Just flow. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that is same fatty gas.
You know, we're asking because when you play wickedness for somebody, when you're all ready to come, nobody can pray for those things. Nobody pray for your friends of big problems.
Yeah.
But when your whole heart just back around somebody to be in danger, you forgetting about yourself. Thank you, never.
Thank you too.
That God bless you for wisdom.
Amen. Amen. Have a nice Monday. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Papa. How you about it?
Yeah, fine. Fine. And you?
Your way half for all. I will support you. The person be taken for again. You bring your friend bring you. Like why on the party? They may say we are disappointed in the unity and the CDC and God bless it. We not bring the people that we spend in the rain. We vote for them. For us to test all the citizens, we will not get nothing. They will do the yama. They are bringing nobody, they go in the primary. They tell us what they put again, heavy money, what they any kind of him will be what they say. When I play for what I get about, what I get you, you put that there. So that they want to pay the CDC now off. And now we are. Some of we are supporting to them. We are CDC that God bless you when you show me there. But anything, when you do, you get a pay for it. They're waiting for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Semanju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Sam, there is a voice of Sabu Rasta. I'm phoning in from Point 4 to be exact with you in Zimbabwe. You know, Sam, let me appreciate you for the show and thank you for your talking point. But Sam, as for me quickly, I'm not surprised. You know, Sam, let me tell you, Sam, we've been saying anything. You know, Sam, God can lie. That's why in Zimbabwe, I made God my best friend. The Bible says God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Which means that was happening yesterday is still happening today and will continue to happen forever. Look, Sam, during the days of King Nebuchadnezzar, Sam, that king needed everybody to bow down to what his golden image. After Sam, he was proceeding wrongly. He was not even doing what he was supposed to do. This is the kind of thing we are seeing today. So I'm not surprised at Peter Duncan. If Peter Duncan is shifting blame on President Weah, I'm not surprised. Because it happened during the days of King Nebuchadnezzar, when he needed everybody to bow down to his golden image. So say we are not surprised, but one thing we can say, 2029, Babu will Divacola. Let it go ahead. Me, I know you want to be minister, or you want to be some kind of director, or you want to be ambassador. But same 2029, Babu will Divacola. Thank you for having me on your platform.
Man, Sabu Rasta, they say the Nima County man, I think he was the chairman for Nima County branch. I heard that the man gone to Unity Party. He criticized CDC, condemned Weah. He joined Unity Party.
But say, you know, there's another one. When you call power call or you call AA call, you know, people will get you job. And what happens to the day of the King Nebuchadnezzar? You know, saying there are things that government need to do, they are not doing it. But because the government is so corrupt and confused, and because, you know, saying the government, they don't know what they are doing because God said don't lie. And the government can lie, so they are confused. So they are deviating from what they're supposed to do. Because they told us they were bringing yellow machine, we can't see machine. They told us they were bringing boss, we can't see the bosses. My man said there are a lot of things we can't see. They say today retention are going to be free of charge. But then when you go to retention today, they both be asking you for small things. My man, Sam,
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too. Have a nice day. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Hello. Yeah, you want you need to party harmonize your money?
Yeah, what was saying, say, Andrew, I think for the annual Fariga, what kind of Fariga? Who is 30%? We have for 2 states, yes. When I been photo, they will look for like yes, I just bloody on. Let me tell you that just blood they came, but they men going to just right here, to get into.
No, as I told you, they free him. You can that one you can fire bomb. Yeah, they free. Yeah, so they free him.
So they pay the 1.4 million they pay.
That one I know. Oh, I know
They
the free the man.
Black, my brother. Say Andrew, I'm black.
Now you need to party, brother.
Yeah, I said they want to say, oh, I want who going to jail. What a jail now? What a jail you going to? All of us said, I said, one thing, they said, no, you will go to jail. You'll be treated for that person, papa. They said, free them. I think I'm black. Just go the post, okay. They just want to say, all the people go to jail. But what is that? They die in jail. You can't die in jail. Yeah, man, they say free. They say free for nigga. I said, I'm going nowhere, brother. That job was your rest. And I'm going nowhere. That kid. You see, the people there, just put the food in the people. Somebody say, all the market here, all people. Where is today? Where is nowhere go with that kid. That music came and of course say, oh, then the law will be the law. You want to law say law will be the law? What happened to them like this country that you carry the melody? If I hear who can say the men were free, that the law follow in there, then the law there. The person pick and choose. Then the people will die, except some purpose that we are. You must die every part and put here. But God will pay them one by one. Thank you, my son, for having me on your line.
Thank you. Have a nice Monday. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, boss?
I'm good.
I'm also calling from Logan Down.
Yeah, let's hear you quick so that we'll pick up our guests. Let's hear you. You want to be
thank you. Thank you. Okay. The federal brother and this government is what they own. But then I want you to investigate something. They're about to get a transport ministry up for 25 years.
Yeah, we are aware of that stuff. Yeah.
You see what people doing to us? The first unity party government show the foot. The next unity party come and say our transport ministry again. You see what's going on?
Okay. Chief, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see as to whether we can bring on Solo from there. Solo, you went off. You want to call back? You want to call back? Yes. So in the meantime, hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah.
This is the voice of Peter Stein, and I join you from Konneh district.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, first you're asking one of the guy who was speaking about President Weah being involved in a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, that's who's saying. And the man has said, snake, you got one money in the plane crash, claim of buying all kind of things. That the guy there.
Okay.
That the guy there. Right. He the one was nominated or designated for ambassadorship to France and the French government rejected him.
Okay.
And the man there.
The country people say God can sleep.
That the other one that was sent as ambassador, what the French people rejected. He the one having that wish. So now the boys do unto others as he has to do unto you. Think evil thing evil do, and when you play evil, that evil can come right back to you. Now God have fought for former President Weah instead of snake biting him, instead of him going getting drowned in the sea or plane crash. Yeah, he is now. Yeah, the man is hailing on his way to South Beach. That is
no, they free the man. They free the man.
And before I conclude to that issue of Clinton donkey, or however you call it, God will bring it on one by one. Every Messiah say God beginning it. For all we say God bringing it up. Those were people who have undermined all of our progress and successes in the CDC. There are more to come. You see the other guy going so well, or say the Sir Joseph. People never knew him, but I'm one of the more that are playing CDC. That guy is one of the guys who undermined CDC, Senator Sir Joseph. He did a project in my area, District 4. The man, look, all the sedition and all the people who are willing to work for that project, he silenced all of them. He went, he bought so you pay. So you know where guys that were doing your work to the market he did, even to the bridge he did to the other side. So you know the people were there. That is how they were operating. Taking the empowerment we gave to them, using it to empower other people against the witches and the will of the partisans. So they will come on one by one. In 2029, some of them will retire, and the one will go beyond 2029 will follow them there and will retire and follow them. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice Monday. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good day, Mr. Anju.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Saki. And I join you for two communities this evening. Hello.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, the Fadiga brothers, there are two. The other one that I hear want to serve as ambassador in France. I going to say that he wish of President Weah to die in a plane crash. And how can the French people have to deny it? But the other one, they attempted that about TA. Was the one where every restaurant you go to in a time, you get 4 men standing on that boy, you put B7 on the toe and go to photo, you black and put what do anywhere you go, you show yourself, like he's the director. So the people want to see they were doing the president, we have not knew that who thing was going to pay against them. Whatsoever a man sows, shall you reap. For he, I got every come oh, you pay that money. I'm not get that money nowhere. I not know Mr. Boga. I said, oh my God, show you react the way. And then they start all up putting at the back. Then are you crowd with blood, you remain in jail to that place. And you're 40 minutes this afternoon.
Thank you for calling to have a great Monday afternoon. So we try to link up with our guy. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, cut off the radio, please. Hello, man. We've said this thing how many times? Year in, year out, months in, months out, week in, week out, day in, day out, talking this thing. You call, once you are about to call, you lower the radio or you shut it. That's all. It is same as standing on Broad Street and calling a friend or whoever. Do you need a radio to do that? You know that the person will hear you or understand you. It is the same way. Calling into a radio station, you don't have to get the radio loud. Just call it off and call in. Once that the number, it will go to that place you are calling. Simple. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have to. Let me see how I can pick up solo. Yeah. Hello. Solo. Yes, I think we should be having a problem with the audio. So you can let's go this way. You getting me? You getting me? Eh? Solo?
Hello?
Yes, I think I'm getting you clear. And you are getting me also, I presume. You still not getting me? What is happening? Okay. I know what to do. Let's take this one. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. We I think we can do it this way. Let's talk with Solomon Weah. He is a civil society activist, and he's currently running a campaign to get former President Charles Taylor out of a British jail back into Liberia. He's on the line from the United States. Thank you so much for coming on at a very short notice. I appreciate it. So welcome to Real Talk on Kings 88.5.
All right. Thank you very much, Reverend. You are serving in two capacities.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that the discussion is a blessed discussion. Some kind of anointing yes, is surrounding the discussion. So
let's talk briefly for how is it at your end from where you are? How is it like?
well, the weather is pretty much hot today. It's a great weather. I've been out there since this morning. I just got back in not too long, but I'm doing great. Everything here is very calm.
Why you have embarked upon this campaign to get former President Charles Taylor out of jail back into Liberia?
All right, thanks, Reverend. I just want to say greetings to the people of Liberia in and out of the country. And this is my first time on this platform. I appreciate the opportunity, to be on your platform today to discuss issue of national concern. Thanks for having me today. All right, and we, in sometimes back a year ago, had established an organization to do peace building and advocacy. And we have been out in the country like almost 6 months since I came in, like 2.5 months now. So, I mean, we are advocating for a couple of things in the country that is in the best interest of Liberia. Being a Liberian, Liberia is our shared heritage. So we have to play our part in everything, and that has to do with the country. But we have been following the indictment of former President Charles Taylor. We contend that the charge, the indictment for the former president is unfair on two significant counts. One, he was indicted, charged for being involved with a crime that was committed in Sierra Leone. We thought that was unfair because he did not declare war on Sierra Leone. And number two, that false indictment landed him behind bars. And the length of time that he is facing, imprisonment, 50 years, counting his age, that is life imprisonment. That's also not fair. No, anyway, that's it. That is not fair. Based on the two counts, we decided to follow up with the case to ask for retrial or is released.
How are you following up the case? If you say we are following up, what are you doing? It calls for practical steps.
The first thing we have to do, first is to check and see, to view and follow online how this indictment came about. So we know it's unfair. So we have to reduce that into writing. We got in touch with players that are to also reevaluate this thing to see if it is fair. And there are a lot of people who know that it's not fair, who may not be calling people names by now, for now, but it's unfair. So we are in touch with a couple of players in there that can assist us to pursue the case.
What have you done? What have you done in practical terms? I want you to tell me the first and second steps you have taken, apart from you saying that you've spoken to some people.
Well, we have a procedure to follow to make sure that justice is done. So we have a petition that we're going to be acquiring of 2 million signatures, which is almost half of the population of Liberia. and that will be submitted for a re-adjudication or to retry the case. So that is so far I can tell you about that. There are some things that we may not disclose everything 100% here, because sir, probably you are one of those who fighting. There are a lot of people who going about, they are fighting against it. If you are one of those, you're going to know our strategy, then you come after us. We're not going to disclose everything 100%, but we're going to tell you that we are on course.
When you solicit those 2 million signatures, to whom are you going to present it? The special court that is practically in effect, not in its proper position again, or you're going to give it to an embassy? Just explain that medium.
Okay, now here is the thing. Here, this is the ICC. That was a special court for Sierra Leone. The special court for Sierra Leone. So, counting on the unfair way that this case was handled, the International Court of Justice is different from the special court on Sierra Leone. So, the International Court of Justice, those are all the key players. The government of Liberia has a part to play. The embassy of the United States of America has a part to play, and many others that are going to be United Nations as well. So those are the key players that will receive the petition first and foremost.
What part, what is it the Liberian government will play? What role will they play?
All right. You want to go into detail into certain things we don't want to discuss, but the case has to do with Liberia. People continue to tell me, oh, it is a case that had to do with Sierra Leone. Some implication might have been there, but do you know, before Mr. Taylor was taken to the Hague, do you know the reason why they arrest him and take him from Lagos, from Nigeria? They had to bring him back to Amara, where the airport, to Amara, for the Liberian National Police to arrest him and turn him over to Omil. That's the first thing I want for people to look at. So when you see that, so it has to do with Liberia. Otherwise, he would not have been brought to RIA to get arrested in Liberia and turned over to Omil before going further. So that tells you that Liberia it was one of during the United Party 12 years, you know, the French, let me say the United Party under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And this was under the Solicitor General was Gonglo, Councillor Gonglo, who now ordered that he gets arrested and turned over to Omil. So if Liberia had nothing to do with it, the judge would have arrested him from Lagos, from Calabar, all the way to The Hague, but that was not the case. So to tell you that Liberia has a part to play, that is the reason why he was brought to Liberia. So the Liberian government has a part to play.
How many signatures of the 2 million you have solicited?
You know, I'm in the United States, so we are doing that online. So we have 8,000 employees that already signed and more to come. There are some that are not able to go online, so we have to send the hard copy to them by mail. As a receiver, I'm expecting to receive that back maybe between now and Friday. So we are expecting they want to make sure that and those in the diaspora sign that are interested, and other people will follow us in, subsequently. I do know this. So people in Liberia are being bombing Magibi, Bonkande, Lova, via social media. And people are calling me to bring the hard copy. So we are planning to bring the hard copy for people in Liberia to sign as soon as we can get a 2 million signature. Then we'll kick off the whole thing from that point.
When was the former president sentenced?
I guess it was 2012.
You guess it was 2012, or you are being emphatic, or you just don't know. As a lead campaigner, you should have all of these at the tip of your fingers.
Look, my man, I may have been retentive to know I've done that, but we all know when he got indicted.
How many years has he still in jail?
We assume 12, I think, I guess, but we can make a research on that. You yourself can go online and make a research. I didn't check it quite recently, but I know that I had it. It's within the petition that we have, but it's something that is visible. You can check it or you can find it. That is not the key issue, because that is information that we can get. You can get it, I can get it.
I want you to tell it directly to your audience. I'm aware it's right before me, but you are the one who is leading the campaign, so you have to tell them by every possible means the duration.
The duration of what? I know that he's supposed to be in jail for 50 years, and if I count 2012, I'm not going to do mathematics here for you. Check there and find it, or any of the police there can check it and find it to see how long when he was arrested. Because I can take my something and go to Google right now, but that is not. How is that important in no ways?
When did you embark upon this campaign to have Charles Taylor out of jail?
A year ago.
And it has garnered the support that you want, apart from the signatures, the 8,000 signatures you have collected. It has garnered any other support from, say, institutions, individuals, and countries?
Yes. We're not going to be open to that, but yes. And in Liberia, if I should count there today, you're going to see the conglomeration of Liberians coming to sign. They are calling me already. They are leaving messages in my box that I should bring the hard copy. So they are standing by and waiting. As soon as we hit the ground, you're going to see the Liberians from all walks of life coming to sign.
As a lead campaigner seeking Charles Taylor release from further detention, is it within your plan, or have you had the opportunity of making a breakthrough to get an insight of his state in the prison?
Partially.
You want to explain that partially?
Okay. There are some people who been around there who told us, yeah, this is the state of being, and he's anticipating to get out of there. Anyway, this is the state of being and how he's living. He's in Great Britain for now. He was taken from the Haiti to Great Britain. So we have some little bit of information. But one thing here is, as we are advocating for a Liberian, we are interested in following up the case where a Liberian was treated unfairly.
Equally, it's very significant or important that you know his condition.
Yes, as we go by, we're going to get all detailed information. We do not have all right now, but someone who have got in touch, who can give us a better information to us. He's okay, he's fine, and he's in a good state. I'm not spoken to him directly.
Have you?
And people think, oh, are you a family man? No. I'm a Liberian, he's a Liberian. We're talking about, was the Liberian citizen treated fairly? No. So that is our thing here is the justice.
Are you doing it, Solomon? You're doing it in isolation of the Taylor's family here in Liberia, headed by Sandro Johnson?
I have not got in touch with Sandro Johnson or any of his family members.
The question, my question is, you're doing it in isolation of them. That means you are an institution, you're heading an institution to get Charles Taylor out, and you don't need the family, you don't need to get any information from them. You are moving with your campaign, using everything available to you.
Absolutely. He is a Liberian. I'm quite sure. I'm always on the media in Liberia. The family member who will get to me, we will discuss the issue, but we are going to get in touch with them. I said some of my team to go to, I don't know anything about Mr. Taylor anyway, so I don't even know where to find his family people, but I do know that there are some of them around. My police are there, my co-workers in Liberia, they doing the research to see if we can reach out to them and say, this is what we are doing. Because for me, if my brother is somewhere where I want to get him, what I will do is, when I hear it, I want to put this person that want to go and free my brother from my sister, I get in touch. For me, I don't know, that's my view. You know, we expect that people will reach to us, but we are not holding them responsible for not reaching. Maybe they have not heard it in the media, maybe they have not followed it, but we're going to make it our responsibility to reach out.
Why can't your patriotism and nationalism extend to other people, but the emphasis is on Charles Taylor? There are other Liberians who are languishing and behind bars in other countries. Why you can extend, or your advocacy can extend to them, but you are solely focusing on Charles Taylor?
There are a lot that we have to do. Maybe you are not being following my page. You see, do you know that we are also contacting ECOWAS? We want to know what happened to President Doe. If they invited him to Freeport and under the command of the general there, with all the jet bomber and everything they had, an opponent of our military group took charge of him. They took him and murdered him. Though he's not alive, but we are very interested. So ECOWAS and AU can explain to us what happened to the president. We don't know that. Those are some of the advocacy we are doing. And we have a long list that we have to follow up one by one. So one thing at a time. For now, we have chosen Mr. Taylor as the first case to go after, and eventually we're going to go further and further and further. We are interested in too many different cases in that. It is our country.
Do you have the might to sustain this? This is going to be a long haul with a number of there are obstacles going to come your way. What it takes? What is your capacity?
What do you think is the obstacle? I didn't tell you there's obstacle. You are seeing it. What do you think is the obstacle? We are telling you in clear tune that we are following that we are going to pursue the case for his release. We've been very optimistic. So what is the obstacle that you think? Unless you tell me.
When your optimism is shrouded in illusion, or it's going to happen, because talking is one thing, being optimistic is another thing, and the action coming to reality is another. Put all of those three together, it's not an easy thing. You might get tired along the way. You might give up.
I don't know. I have never given up in anything that I've ever done on the earth. So maybe they will be the first one if I give up. I will not give up. We are very optimistic. We are seeing Mr. Taylor is going to get released. Who said the international community don't know when something is wrong or right? That's the reason why I told you previously the ICC case that the carry on can also be evaluated by the International Court of Justice. Now there's a difference. The ICC is a special court on Sierra Leone. That case there, it has to do with Sierra Leone. That's why we are saying it's unfair. Mr. Taylor did not invade Sierra Leone. Mr. Taylor did not cross into Sierra Leone to fight. Though his arrest, something they say he was incarcerated for abetting, aiding and abetting. If he was incarcerated for aiding and abetting, do you know, you are Liberian, you are right there, you know Ivory Coast. The president of Ivory Coast, Philip Ofoe, supported the rebel to cross to Liberia. You think we don't have feeling why he was not indicted? Blaise Compaoré of Burkina Faso did the same. Why he was not indicted? The Senate Konneh of Guinea did the same thing. We're in the same period of time in the same region. Lassina Konneh did that, and then I think President Joseph Momo, if I'm not if I'm correct. Also, if so, they did the same thing. They were not indicted. Now, why is it that one person will be indicted after 5 leaders in the sub-region have done the same thing for aiding and abetting? What wrong? Something went wrong. So we want to find out, and let's see where we can start from.
So you are convinced that not only are the claims or charges that led to his conviction frivolous, but it was politically motivated?
Yeah, absolutely. It was. We don't want to come to say it was, but I think it was politically motivated. And look, there is no history. There is no history where a sitting president have been indicted. Because this is just common in the world. It's common in Africa, where a sitting president support a dissident group in some other country, neighboring country is happening. Go to the Democratic Republic of Congo right now. Follow them and see what happening. Why they are not indicted? Why Paul Kagame is not even indicted? If that is the case, no. In the case of Mr. China, we are saying no. And you know, let me tell you something, my brother. When people say that it's a big thing, where injustice is applied, they will go and say me. I'm glad you. I'm glad you're a man of God. So where injustice is applied, God plays what we call miracle. So this will be one of the miracles ever that people will ever see. You're going to see the result because God has to be. I was inspired to do this thing here. It came. I don't know how I come to say, Lord, let me just go and do this. I was inspired. So one thing is, God is behind it. And God will find a fair play, so God will assist through the process to bring fair play. So that the world can know that there's power in the word of God.
So you've been speaking to God about it, and you told God that he was wrongly charged, accused, charged, convicted.
Yeah, you know, God will not speak to me directly. Except for you, Remy, you can see.
But you've been speaking to God. You took the complaint. You took the complaint to God.
Yes. Okay. So when I took it to God, I was inspired. That God was inspired. The inspiration don't come by direct encounter with God. But when I started this, I prayed about it, and I was just inspired to do it.
What were your specific words to God about the situation with Charles Taylor?
Well, I thought it was unfair. This had never happened in the world, in West Africa, in Africa as a whole. Government usually support insurgency across every border is happening. It happened right in our area. There we suffer it. The Ivorian and the Burkinabe are there. Even carrying our passport today, and that was not fair. And again, for
those were your words. Those were your words. That's exactly what you told God.
Well, maybe if I want to paraphrase it, I say that. But I'm saying, God, this is unfair. We want to step into it. And I got the God feeling that when you go into it, it will be successful. So God doesn't speak to people directly. I know when you, the man of God, I know directly that somehow you get certain encounter. But for me, that encounter, I feel the God feeling that, oh yeah, this is unfair. Go for it.
Do you have external support? You should have backing. What is your source? From where do you draw your strength, your resolve, the energy to pursue this thing to the end? You should have a support base.
What do you mean the support base?
You're doing it all by yourself. You put everything. It requires finance. It requires a lot more. You put in everything. You don't have external support.
There are police that join hands with me. I'm not going to name them. Maybe they don't want to be called on, or they don't want to be named. Police that join the idea, who got interest in this case as well. Some supporters. But let me tell you, I initiated this because we are all librarians. When people feel that something is difficult and they ain't going to get anything from it, they back down. So we took the initiative. We are going to do it. With a few handful of people that give a heavy hand, we're going to do it on our bucket. And as we go further, people, when you see green light, coming, you see people start to join the bandwagon. So we're not going to say that, okay, now I don't have $1 million to go. I can begin with 30, 40,000. Let me go on and see what happens. People are going to join in. People are going to come. They're going to see that, look, the Liberian people are very interested, even if they don't bring money. They are interested in the release of Chancellor, the former President Chancellor. So this is a good venture, and we're going to be successful in it.
How many dollars did you get started with this thing?
You why are you interested in that? Look, how far we go, I think that is more important. We're not going to tell you how much we have spent and all of this. In time to come, we'll give you some accountability. For now, financially, we are fine because we are going on. There's no, since a year, I was in Tottenham, 26, right? 26, last year, 26, I was in Tottenham, I was in Kakata, I was in Todota, I was in Banga, and so on. And the media in Ghana on the Koyewa Gompa, right? Radio Gompa, all of media institutions, Radio Abrije, they were current also were in Kakata, and Radio Apollo also linked to over were in Tottenham. All of those, so people are informed and they are very much interested in this thing here. So we can assure you I just told you, I'm so glad I'm on the line with Reverend. They're not going to tell me, nobody is going to present me, oh, why are you talking about God? Now the Reverend is of what God does.
But initially you tried dodging. You didn't want to be specific. You said the Liberian government will have to come in. What is it that you need this government to do?
They have to play. They have to endorse the move. The Liberian government will come in. They have to endorse the move. The Liberian government had to be ready to say that they do not have problem with Mr. Taylor coming out. That's what we need from them. Once the government of Liberia does not have problem with Mr. Taylor released, then at that portion they have done. Anything further will go into that. But that's what we need. That's what I told you. We need the 2 million signature to start from there. There are a whole lot of details in there you'll see coming out as soon as we get a 2 million signature.
Did you confront the Liberian government formally on your quest?
No.
So how you want to get them involved if you didn't inform them formally?
We are advocates. We don't have to. Once they know that this is our job, when we do advocacy, we need to make sure that the institution where we are running is legitimate. We have the right to operate in the country. Then when we get a 2 million signature, we are not even step out here. We are saying though, unless we get so when we're going to get our signature, the government will be aware that we are going through the leeward countries to get gather signature to see if we can reach to the 2 million. Now at that time, now we're going to reach. That's when we're going to spring out and you're going to see those areas that we're supposed to go to make sure that we have a kickstart after we have it. We don't have the 2 years. The 2 to do the work is 2 million signature. So as soon as we get it, we're going to be on the media. You will be to our offices, and we're going to invite you and all the media institutions to come right there.
Okay, so hold on. Let me take a few calls, and then you can respond to this calls. Hold on. Don't go off the line. You can now put your question to Solomon Weah. He is the lead advocate for the release of former President Charles Taylor, who is 750 years jail term in Great Britain. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 40 44 970 777 803 75. Let's go. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to put a question to that young man that came out of saying that you want to release Charles Taylor from prison. That young man, do you know that those generals that were under Charles Taylor, they came from Sierra Leone? For example, Fode-Sanko, Okari, Mosquito, these generals, they are Sierra Leonean that were working under Charles Taylor. Do you know that?
No, Solo, just jot down the questions, and then after you can respond. Hello. He went off. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I want to ask that brother in studio up, talking with you. All the damage still on court. You want to say all that damage because some of our people are dying instead of care our people and my brother and came raw in front of us. You want to continue that one there? Before you say, well, free tailor, you will say free time war, basically free time problem, and nothing about it, but one problem like passing in that brother. You want to solve that problem? Let it go up on the left for you in that ear. Thank you.
Hello. Lower your radio, I beg you.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, move away from the radio.
You know, yeah, I'm very proud and happy to be part of this show. I'm April Moga.
Yeah, let's hear you, Amy.
I'm praying that the brother that just spoke to you or to us on the radio, I'm praying that God should give him long life to fight for us, for our former president who come under that jail. You know, those that do wicked things that kill innocent people in their country, they still in their country with reward and with big position. And we're talking about charging them of being jail. When God will free Chancellor today, it will be the happiest thing that God will reward in the country. You know that the people in the country, nobody dead of people in the country, and will reward them with big position in the country. Eh? That door that is massacre people here, they go read terror tomorrow. Prince on it, I start up people from all over the place that again and set it up for them for not some more yeah. And it's all about that do them more. Well, we can be grateful to ourselves. I pray that God will get that man long life for Saturday be free and come in the country. I'm 100% I'm praying. I want to be praying. I want to my signature on our document. I'm praying that Saturday should be free and come out.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir. Lama, Bessie Konneh.
Let's hear you, man, Betty.
Yeah. You standing over there, so we are was sound to free title. What title was killing all in this muscle racket. Every community get one racket. When it's today, that looking sound. Poor will be for what do you air? You think you're coming poor, eh? They're rapping. But the racket practical. Yeah, man, stop it. What are you air? Well, you run away, you go over there, you can't bring up nothing here. That we are telling you that. We are stupid now.
Oh, no, I bet you can't say that one now. Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Andrews.
Yeah.
This is the voice of Peter San once again. I join you on taking this report.
Let's hear you, Peter San.
Mr. Andrews, let me first provide a correction. Our former president of jail 2006, so we checked from 2006 to current, he spent 19 years already in jail.
Yeah, that's 19 years.
Yeah, he been jail for 19 years. So before the pre-trial detention can be added on the year you are sentenced for. So totally he has spent 19 years in jail. Yeah, but let me just help him. Hello?
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You see, it's clear. The international code there is a bias code, is a double standard code. You find out that Rwanda, that example he gave, Rwanda is supporting that M23 rebel clan in Congo. Right now, what they're doing is negotiating with Paul Kagame to take a shoe for DR Congo. Why they got somebody in jail that they don't even have a clear trail? He was not seen in Salon. Labrador was not seen in Salon. But then the guy in jail, so the code is a racist code, it's a bias code, it's a double standard code. So I'm supporting to say that. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Let's go this side. Hello. Hey, this line. Okay. Sorry. Solo, you got the questions, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Let's take this one. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. What is your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Prince Waluba, calling from Johnson.
Prince Waluba?
Waluba.
Oh, Waluba. Let's hear you.
Yeah. I really support the brother institute for our statement, you know. Other people are saying that South Sudan is not going to have a born again who are pastor to people for him. Brother, I will in prayer and I pray for us for South Sudan to be country. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter W. Castle. I come from under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. And let me say hi to our brother in the diaspora. You know, Mr. Sam Andrew, for Chancellor to be released, it's just a very complicated and difficult situation. And that those that incarcerated Chancellor, they are not black, they're white people. If God bless Chancellor to remediate until the 50 years elapse, he'll be released. But for somebody to come out as a civil society group to say they're going to advocate for Chancellor to be released, it's very difficult. No, people sit here and allow these guys and supported these guys. They committed atrocity all over around the world. And today, people are still going with those things, you know, and misfortune. But the guy said Chancellor should be released for what? I mean, you are creating a serious harm to the international community, Liberia, and the rest of the world.
So you oppose to Solomon's campaign. You oppose to Chancellor coming out.
Let me tell you, he just wasted his time. Chancellor will not come out. I do not even support that because it's a losing battle.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a nice Monday. Hello.
Yeah, people understand, Andrew?
Yes. Your line cracking. You want to change your location, please.
You getting me?
Yes. It's okay now.
You getting me now?
Yeah. Let's try it.
Okay, I think I let to miss your show because when I miss your show, you can really help me. Bye, we are like. I want to appreciate your studio guest that just talked to you for America. I pray that God should give him long life. And while you're running after for our former president to be released, let God help him, let people help him, then be able to do it for us. Our former president be released. You know who in a country, in our country here? Know that they are not more than they're talking about Chancellor. Let's look at the defense force all over. You see about defense forces all over. We reward them with President George in a place here. We reward Prince Johnson with defense forces with our joy in the country here. Look at Senator Yaya Nimne. We get them people joy in the country here. Paul Negere, we get them joy in the country here. Our president left the place here. He went on outside the jail. We're not praying.
All right, Chief. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from?
Yes, I'm from dear brother. My name is Thierry. I call from Cinco.
Let's hear you.
I want to say, yes, that quote is very, very biased. I support the better decision that the former President Taylor should be released by the grace of God. Okay? The same crime the criminal President Taylor committed, the same crime that Laurent Gbagbo committed, the free Laurent Gbagbo from that same quote. So the quote is a bias, like when people need to stand up today, start stand up, but nobody know who will be next. We have to set precedent. Anything that is not done properly is not done at all. If you say the person committed crime against humanity, you put it in jail. They see war like 14 Ivory Coast people die. They see war 47 people die, and they free Gbagbo today. Gbagbo is a free man. So why would they hold on to Charles Taylor? And that man has said it, and why won't they tell her she was feeling insecure or government? Why they took Taylor for years, but does that mean that Taylor is guilty? We all know what happened. Somebody grace for God, Taylor will be free. Taylor is the only person that fought war in Liberia here. Okay? We're not praying for war, but you're already happy. Let it pass. Let it pass. Then we try to come together and put it past behind us.
So you have always wanted Charles Taylor to come out?
Of course. When I was talking about signing to Charles Taylor, I paid my own way. I went there, I signed to a horse that day. My signature, my name on that paper. Certain times, if you can remember, Mr. Andrew, people were running going to Mr. Taylor horse there to go sign paper. I went there. It's about Liberia. It's not about Taylor. There's not only person that fought war. Yeah, we can't continue to think the kind of way we're thinking as a country. It's bad for us.
All right. Thank you.
Laurent Gbagbo was free. That is the crime he committed against humanity.
All right. Thank you. Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of putting me on your platform. This is Gao Ibrahim Jr. And I'm following your conversation from my comfortable keke on the car web here. Hello?
We're listening to you. Solomon, listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Let me just thank you to a studio guy or sin. Oh, look, the 14-year civil war are fighting this country, all those that were fought for the war to fight in this country for 250,000 people life to lost. All of them will pay for her or say, Andrew, look, your studio guy just wasting his time. That's what was being out there or say, they'll be your dying day there. That's what I'm of people that today have never put the Bible today. Our son, a president is carrying an AK-47 in your hand instead of from door to door. Then the kind of president you want to be free? No, some of those guys, I don't know what they can advocate for people for them to be released. People that take people and go dump them. They tell them to go and pay them, they put them in a truck. They kill the people and dump the people in a hole. I reckon people to be free. My brother, I think for elsewhere, you are not from Liberia, your advocate for the color of the devil, I will never be free for that place.
Okay, Chief. Thank you for calling. This one, just one or two, then Solomon can respond. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good afternoon.
Sarah, I'm calling from the township of West Point. I'm happy. Sarah will never be free. My young brother is waiting for me. They tell us Konneh King. The nation now in 4 months, in the continent, to raid a room. They point her young, you were running away to go fit her. They point the whole continent. That one will make Sarah will come. Sarah will never smell like that again. No, the year of Sarah wickedness. To kill the fight for Labrador, you can't kill Labrador no more. Thank you. That never go on there. Now, free to all the point that are calling, they say the sound for Taylor. Now, free sound the sound. Because all they are rebel, they were supporting Taylor. So now they want Taylor to come back to kill the people. Taylor will never come here. You are wanted to kill John.
Let's bring on your sister.
Taylor, you will never smell the place. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, Chief, my man, that women line here, 0777. Sorry. Let's go to the men's line. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. And you?
The people that talking about Babo.
So why your name? Why your name? Call your name.
My name is Cecilia Pale.
Cecilia Pale.
Yeah, the people that were talking about Babo, Taylor was not president. Taylor when I got to Taylor Prime president in America and put it on the street to come do killing. Well, now Babo, now what did Babo then they were fighting for you to take the seat. The higher Babo were fighting and they let brought soldiers to kill people in Ivory Coast. So you were not talking about Taylor and Babo. We want Taylor to create him too. But Taylor was president before he bought in the thing here. That Eddie Johnson said it that took Taylor from NG.
All right, man.
Hello.
All right. Okay. All right, yeah, thank you. You're there extremely well. Yeah, thank you all. So you want to respond to the call-ups?
Yes. Thank you. First of all, I just want to clarify something here. Charles Taylor was not indicted for crime committed in Liberia. That's all we need to know. That's why we're talking about the injustice. Charles Taylor was indicted for crime committed in Sierra Leone. So, if we are saying if the government of Liberia has set up the war and economic crime code now, there were now the Liberian was supposed to speak that okay, say Mr. Taylor is part of it, let him go to that code. He's supposed to be in Liberia. Then we are saying no, it's unfair to indict him for another country, knowing fully well the leader for the rebel in Sierra Leone, the RUF, was Fode Sanko. The first caller talked about Fode Sanko, and he talked about few generals that were there, mosquito and stuff. Anything that had to do with Sierra Leone, we are saying, no, Fode Sanko, who staged the war in Sierra Leone, is and should be responsible, should have been responsible for whatever happened in Sierra Leone. He was a rebel. It was clear. The world knew. All the liberal people knew. It doesn't matter where he took the training from. They simply charged him committed crime in Liberia. We not say no. But let them bring him to Liberia and face justice in Liberia. If we want to connect Sierra Leone and Liberia, there where we see the imbalance. What happened in Sierra Leone? Fode Sanko, all his generals in Sierra Leone today, they are passing free. But even when Fode Sanko went after the war, you know what happened? He became a transitional vice president. He became vice president of his country. It was because of his recalcitration that the Great Britain said, let's find a way and get the man out because he's going to be problematic. Otherwise, they were all set. So when it comes to Liberia, you talk about what you got general, what all of the general you named, they were connected to chapter, they were Sierra Leone. And Fode Sanko, he staged the war through the border of Liberia border to Sierra Leone. But he is and should be with a whole group responsible for anything that he did in Sierra Leone. That has to do nothing with Mr. Attila. So Mr. Attila, they say he abetted. He aided and abetted. So we just told you initially, for the late president of Africa aided and abetted. The Blaise Compaoré of Burkina Faso aided and abetted. The war in Liberia. I was in Guinea. I was not in Liberia. I don't know Mr. Attila. I have not seen him in prison. We're just following the case. We've seen that injustice. This injustice, we had to follow it up to see what happened. That General Lassana Konneh was somebody you live. I was right in the Republic of Guinea. All right, and even both of the part of the Yoruba group in Sierra Leone, Joseph Bobo was also supporting them to cross. So whatever happened in Sierra Leone, it remained there. They can deal with it. But whatever that will happen to the Liberian warlords, let it happen to them in Liberia. We are saying you can bring Mr. Attila to Liberia and send him to court. Since they already have set up the international, what you call the war and economic crime court. And let me see the second column here say, what happened in Liberia, I will be able to pay for it. We are not talking about what happened in Liberia. What happened in Liberia, the government has already set the war and economic crime code. And now we cry for 18 years. We cry for that. We cry for that. 12 years on former President Salif, 6 years on President Weah. We cry for the war and economic crime code. Just so that this guy will not go with impunity, whatever the government will do. The court is set in Liberia now. So kudos to this government. That they have answered our question. When Mr. Attila comes, we can send him there to the same way. So it is not about Liberia. It's not about Liberia or sorry. It is about Liberia. Sorry, it is about Liberia. So Attila should be charged for what happened, what he did in Liberia. We are not saying he's right, but we are saying don't indict him for something that someone else did. It's very clear that it's the ROUF who did that in Sierra Leone, and that are old people. And all right, they also call up where you say I'm stupid, I'm not stupid, so I ain't saying nothing about it. That's what happened. And let me see the next caller here. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you to that guy who made a correction. He said 19 years. I got mixed up in between there because I didn't write it. I have the whole information in my pamphlet here. So yes, he's been there for 19 years. What we see is that is way too much. This is the first of its kind for a sitting president to be indicted. First off, for supporting insurgency somewhere, to support a rebel group to go across in the border. That's the first time that a sitting president has been indicted. And for aiding and abetting, it is not a crime that. So there's no way in the world that anyone go and make a research and see who have been placed in jail for 50 years for aiding and abetting. What I expected that Rumble to say, all right, bring Mr. Attila to Liberia and let him face justice in Liberia, and with all the other warlords, they are all there. Some of them dead. Those I was in Guinea. I know Ulimo. when they were crossing the border. I was right at the borderline when they were crossing. And those some of the guys and myself, all right, interacting, because it's the small place, small community, we are interacting. So those things happen. Those that are supposed to be held liable or accountable, they can be held accountable in Liberia and for Liberia. But what happened there is, we say that's injustice. Liberian people, let's not say anything. Mr. Taylor, if they free him, he come to Liberia, and we say, let Mr. Taylor go to court, then we can send the government can send him to court. But outside of Liberia, whatever happened there, those who did that thing, they are responsible for that, whatever that happened in their country. So that is our position on that. And I know other people are saying, oh, it's difficult, it will be impossible. We are saying, help us and write your name so we can get 2 million signatures. Then we start to kickstart the whole thing to see. If it's impossible, then maybe go and agree. But we are telling you, just give us the signature, then you can answer what happened. What happened? Why is it going on? Then that's the time we answer to all of those questions. Thank you very much, Reverend.
Okay, Solomon, you want to, let's have your parting comments, having responded to the questions briefly, and then that's it for the day.
Okay, Reverend, thank you very much. I'm glad this is my first time on your platform to come here and share with the Liberian people the reason why we are putting up this petition. And we're going to be in liberation. We're going to come there co-friendly. I'm not announcing now to say, okay, we're going to be coming.
You saying you come to Liberia covertly?
Yeah.
Why you want to come to Liberia covertly? Why? Are you insinuating you're insinuating something that you're not safe or something of a security nature?
No. We do not believe in the publicity on when I'm traveling and all of these things. People come and meet me. No. The next day will be our officers in Guazon, and we announce to the public that we are here. And we'll begin the campaign from there, and we're going to have designated areas where we'll go and collect signatures. We have our field officers, they're going to be in the field, so we can collect all the signatures we ask, appealing to the Liberian people. Don't listen to what other people say. Don't just give us the signature and know that this thing is Liberian business. It's about how a Liberian, it could be you, a Liberian have been treated. I don't know Mr. Taylor. I've never seen him in person. I saw him on television. So the family members are there. We are actually going to reach out to them very soon. In a matter of weeks, I should be in the country.
Okay, hold on, Solomon. You heard the call-outs, but there are others who are following the show online and they written their comments. So you want to listen to their comments and their names. Gabriel West said that I am in full support. Tina Cooper said he been in jail for 11 years. That's what she said. Gabriel West comes back and say the very Sierra Leone supported rebels in Liberia. Okay. And Rebecca Sion say Yeke is working in Liberia. PYJ work until death. So what are you talking about? Free Charles Taylor. Dockers Billy said, but Charles Taylor is not in jail because of Liberia. He is in jail because of Sierra Leone. These are some of the comments online.
So that one we came to make the clarity that yes, he's in jail for Sierra Leone, but that is not fair. So that scholar can just know that you are seeing the right thing. So he is not incarcerated. He was not incarcerated fairly. That's unfair.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much, Ben, for accepting our invite at a very short notice. I appreciate it. Look forward to talking with you in studio too, though you are live, but in person when you appear in the country, as you said, covertly.
Okay, by the grace of God, I should be here in weeks.
Okay.
And, the messages I'm receiving in my inbox, I need to be able to bring the hard copy so people can sign it. We're going to be from, we may not reach all the content, but we're going to be from content to content to make sure that we have, once we hit the 2 million signatures, you're going to hear us loud.
All right, Solomon.
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate talking to you. We look forward to seeing you when you arrive in Liberia. Okay, man. Thank you. That's the lead campaigner for the free Charles Taylor from detention. Solomon Weah gets live from the United States with his advocates why Charles Taylor should be free from further detention. Okay, so LIB, this country is very interesting. Very. So things are just getting bad off. The Senate had a hearing today with LRA and other institutions about this medtech stuff. And the hearing, the atmosphere wasn't that encouraging. The guy responsible for administration, he faltered a lot. The DG, Director General Double Jala, was just giving him crusade. He was saying that he is aware of medtech situation. He took office in 2023, but is not aware of medtech. And one of the questions was, but you benefited from that initiative. The car that you're riding presently came from there. He said yes, but he isn't aware of the then what they have decided again, that was for the Senate, the House of Representatives. They've summoned the acting managing director of LEC, Mohammed Sharif, for June 30th. June 30th, there's next week, June 30th, to show cause why he should not be held in contempt for obstructing. They say obstructing the functions of the anyway. They say honorable house, obstructing the function. Man, I say your power. You better get out of this country and learn from other parliamentarians. Oh, they should not be held in or be held in contempt for obstructing the house function. What's the obstruction there? So the MD, they say his failure to honor an earlier invitation from the House, but they confirmed that the deputies from LEC were present and they were let to go because of the absence of formal communication from the acting managing director and his own non-appearance. For the family, we raised the issue. And so, yeah, they say the man obstructed. He refused to show up. The deputies went there, but the deputies did not go with formal communication from him. On top of it, he himself was not present at all. Neither did he say why he would not have been there. So they consider it as obstruction. They consider it as obstruction of their function and desecrating the sanctity of their work. The honorable legislature. Okay. So it's a Brazil back in the country from the 67th ordinary session of ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government. So the president back in the country. So the runway, the president plane dodged the runway. It went ziggy-zag, not to get in a hole, because they said the runway, the people didn't know how to lie. Mr. President, the people gave Mr. President defective plane. Obsession for jet plane that what can happen. People just dash anything to you. When you are so obsessed, you want to look royal, and people talk about you in royalty. They just dash things on you. Instead of the people admitting that the plane was defective, then how they call them? Authority came to say that it was because of the runway. You damage your country. What a shame. And Bwaka sat on there. So Bwaka left the country now. He back in the country. The plane tire burst. Why did the Turkish people send their people in no time, their engineers to come and look at their mechanics? Because they know. And the president's office know. The airport authority too, for them to be honest or just mute themselves, they came hurriedly to show ineptitude. That is not cover up. That's complete ineptitude. They ain't know how to do it. Sometimes the white people around you ask them, they will help you. They know how to do the kind of thing that the people but you just wrong, rawly. That it was due, the burst of the president plane tire was due to pop holes on the runway. That was say librarians didn't know how to give something that people say, yeah, they didn't get sense in it. But rather raw lies, you can see the lie in it. Defective plane. Defective. The 1400, they won't buy jet plane for Bwaka. Anyway, they say he returned from Nigeria. He was there. So that's good. Prezo back in. Who would say now that the president plane, the tire burst is because of the runway? All right. So let me talk this thing briefly. We are aware of how to call the guy? Countryman that was denied. It was a game. If the people had not played that game and denied that countryman was not a resident of the district, then Rachel Kuna speaker, not even representative, even you go back to the classroom and be teaching. So that game worked. The countryman, you're aware of what he did in a given church. How he ranted in the church. His act was unruly, not representative of him as a politician who will be contesting 2029 elections. A lady from the church invited him because they were raising funds, and the girl thought that since she knows him, he could be of help to them. And he went there and ranted because he said his colleague on the other side did XYZ to him. He wasn't sitting inside him. The man about me, all kinds of stuff. And we talk about that. The man who led the burglary of the office of the former speaker, James Konneh, he too, he's in the news for that. Have they called the church, I think, National Freedom Pentecostal Church. The lady, National Freedom Pentecostal Church. 25 bags of cement. Promise. And what happened? 25 bags of cement. I think there are more than that. There are other things, but the way, according to how the lady explained it, it looks like they were pressurizing this man, James Konneh, the were impatient. I don't know, but I'm just assuming, given what the lady said, the way she blasted. And James Konneh himself came out. I heard him say what he didn't have to say. You cannot tell the people that some of you in the church here, you never voted for us. You never voted for me. You voted for the other people. As a leader, once a person is elected, you are elected. Even though not everybody will vote for you, and everybody can vote for everybody or one person, then it's not democratic. But when you win now, you are the leader for everybody. We vote for Boakao. We vote for Boakao. We abstain from voting. We vote. Boaka is the president of the country. Just how the people used to say, they used to be telling seditions, oh, you don't take Weah as your personal property. We are not your personal property. Weah is the president of Liberia. Ain't no CDC thing here. And they were right because the country elected Weah. So the man got vexed. He made that statement because of whatever may have transpired, which was not right. So one of the members of the church, she's the assistant women's department president, Patience Dolo. Patience blasted the representative James Konneh. He went in the church too. Some of you have seen that. He went in the church saying all kinds of things. I brought it out because, listen, you are a politician. Once you are a Christian, you are the church. Nothing stop you from supporting the local church, be you part of it or not. It is not wrong for politicians to give to church. No. If you think that it's wrong, if you are a pastor, you don't want to accept that, it is wrong, it is forbidden, it is a curse, where it's up to you. But as a Christian, I know that it is not wrong. It's not wrong. A politician can even build a church for the people, can construct a building, can construct a mosque, can do anything. Once that person is in the capacity or has the capacity and the person wants to do, or the request is made to the person, no problem. It is not a curse. No. I know that for a fact because I see it in the Bible. In Luke chapter 7, verse 1 to 5, here is a Roman centurion. The Roman centurion were part military, part politicians. They will engage into military work. They'll engage into political work. So the man got sick. This Roman centurion got sick. You'll look it up in Luke chapter 7, verse 1 to 5. He got sick. What did the people do? They ran to Jesus and said, oh, chief, we beg you, please heal this man. And what did they tell Jesus? They told Jesus only one thing they insisted on. They said, the man built temple for us. The man, he built temple for us. The man ain't part of us, but the man built temple for us. It is not wrong for a politician to do anything for a church. So those of you who have that concept, oh, why you can take money from politicians, why you can do that, is because you are not in the scripture. It is not wrong. What is wrong is the unnecessary rant, the unruly behavior, the bad mannerism that the politicians will demonstrate in the church, exalting himself as God. And that is exactly what James Konneh did. So what happened? Patience Dolo came out. What did Patience Dolo do? She explained exactly. Let me share a portion with you.
I am the assistant women president for National Freedom Pentecostal Church, Cocoa Road Branch.
Talk to us about June 15, Konneh, which was last week. What transpired in the church regarding Freedom Church and that of people that led to the rejections of the 50 bags of cement.
Okay, we were in service, and the lawmaker came along with his people, and we gave them seat. They refused the seat. They went to sit at the back. After service, our pastor welcomed him on the platform. We welcomed him, and the lawmaker raised up and he started to speak. He started to blast at all, and I call that one speaking. He started to blast at all, start to explain all kinds of things. And from the day he made a pledge, he himself vowed in the church that he will give for 50 bags of cement. We went to the Lekpaye campus where he came to put a group together. He said everybody should express their feeling to reconcile. And when we went there, he was able to reconcile with us and say, my people, I pledge to you, you're not supposed to be behind me. He begged our church mother, he even gave us transportation to come back to the church, that he will find time to come to us. And luckily for him that day, when he entered, we were very excited, in emotion, at least our lawmaker had come to fulfill his promise to us. But we never run behind him. We never announce him. There are a lot of people can make vow in the house of God. It level you to fulfill your vow. Nobody can surprise you. The pastor have nothing to do with him. We the leader, we the one can go there. So when he entered, we were very excited. We welcome him. But unfortunately for us, when the lawmaker man make pay, he speak like he not leaders. Because leaders are so mad that can cover the wrongdoing. Even when you fall, you will be able to cover it. But he speak in the interest that he not been a leader before. And what he speak against our pastor is an error. In the house of God is a lie. I stand before journalists today to say he lie on our pastor. Because Pastor Abel B. Basher that I know, he's a man that anything he receives, he will bring it in the house of God. He will bring it to the church. And the leaders of the church, we are the one that can say, yes, that's the way that this. So when he brought the 50 bed, luckily for all God, just may have the ring to fall because he coming in was not very important. When I reformed that they collect what he's supposed to talk. He blasted our pastor like the man of God or somebody that been living with him. Speaking on the airway, when they take pastor for refugee care, and you can go around the ministry and see they play a band or swim that even when he might be entered there, they will not find it. But the few here of member you see here, we've been working in collaboration with our pastor because we're working for salvation, we're working for God. We're not working for men. The reward, the little sin we have, we put it in the building is God that will reward us. So we can't throw our hands to look at the honorable to come and insult our pastor in the presence of God. And we accept that semen. It was so good that the pastor did not receive that semen. Because even a pastor could hold that semen, I would leave the ministry to admit. But I bless God that God speak. That every word that was said, pastor will come as he explained as a leader. Pastor found a group for him, and they called him over and over. He refused to come. And the group you're talking about, there are a lot of people who are running for representative, senator, president. So you don't have to see somebody. So even for Johnny Pay, you see me there, they wish me are running against you. Leader don't behave better. Leader are somebody that can always forward the past. But I bless God that pastor, yeah, he was seen by God. He never received that semen. Because if pastor could receive that semen, and not coming go on a ministry. We're not coming accept it. And we plan to say to Honorable Konneh, now we bear in the church with our effort, with our strength. No matter what the ministry, we will stay standing by our pastor to support financially, morally, to support our pastor. So not because of a 50 bed will make us to be depressed. Never.
Patience Dolo, she's the assistant women's president, women department president of National Freedom Pentecostal Church, blasting James Konneh for being very unruly, the church and the pastor. But you know the men, they better get power. They're so obsessed, they misuse the Bible. Go anywhere, just say anything. At the last place, you don't get in the presence of God, in God's house, rather, and just speak like a politician. You blast the people, you say anything. That one there, me I leave you. Me I can talk my Latin and the way I can talk here because I see it in the Bible. And I told you that it's not wrong. It's not wrong for a politician to give to a church. It's not wrong for a church to make a request to a politician. Once you are in the position, you can offer to do willingly. Or when the request is made to you, fine. And I show you a reference, Luke 7, 1-5. The man, the Roman centurion, he was not a Christian, but the people made a request. He built the people temple. When he got sick, the people ran to Jesus and said, please, Papa will beg you. The man built church for us. So we want a man to die. The good the man did to us. Yeah, the man was a politician. It's not bad, it's not wrong. But what you don't do as a politician, you don't get into simply because you did something or somebody said something to you, you get in the house of God and install yourself as God and start blasting the people using words that you ought not to do. That one there, God can struck you. Hey, God can struck you. I'm telling you all. Just imagine somebody just went in the house of God in the Bible and start doing things that you ought not to do. God struck him with fire. They say a hint to a watch is quite sufficient. I see you. The news is on at 6, and then at 6:50, CDC hour is on with Isiaka Sharif, and then at 8 o'clock, hey, face the issues with Teacher Light, Anthony at Law, A.B. Weah. You don't want to miss it. I'm Sam Andrews. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Shalom.